And right away, what stands out to me is the fact that Fournier went straight ahead towards David Haye. The one item that Fournier has said, because they were actually sparring partners, David Haye actually turned Joe Fournier pro years ago, but Fournier said that David Haye's got injury problems. He goes, he's a Corvette that's broken down, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to teach him a lesson, and I'm going to test how good physically he feels because he thinks he's a broken down Corvette.
When you ask why is this guy so confident, why is Joe Fournier so confident that he's going to knock out David Haye in one round, you have to consider the fact that he knows David Haye better than probably most people in boxing do, because he's got a personal relationship with him. So when he talks about him being a broken down Corvette, that's what hypes him up into thinking he can do this and pull this off on one round. And on top of that, he has not shied away from what he said. We can see he's got the body language of trying to knock out David Haye in one round.
Yeah, he meant it.
The thing is, he's got 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't think he understood that.
Stood that.
I don't mean to laugh, but I don't think he understood that, yo, it's 2 minutes. You want to knock this guy out one round, you realistically, you have to throw about 100 punches to at least come close to knocking out David Haye in one round.
He's got to put together Sean Porter work rate numbers,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Let's be real.
Exactly.
Right, 50? This is all about being real here on pay-per-view. You know what's real is I love the bottles of champagne in front of us. Oh, a little bit of a slip there. Is that a knockdown? Yes, it is.
I was going to say.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was a slip till I saw his feet when he tried to raise up. His legs didn't move.
So I'm glad it wasn't totally off base, the knockdown. Sean Wheelock, what do you think?
Ray, I think it's a good call by referee Christopher Young. Always look at a fighter who went down in the disputed knockdown. No argument whatsoever with Joe Fournier. Yes, he was off balance, but the standard for a referee under the unified rules, did a punch land to a legal target, and then anything with the soles of a boxer's feet touch the canvas? Yes and yes. Knockdown 10-8 David Haye, round number 1.
So Joe Fournier's prediction of a first-round knockout goes up in smoke.
Yeah.
Right? You know?
He lost the first round.
Yeah. We'll go back and revisit.
So check it out. Not much from David Haye in this first round, but then Fournier just walks into a jab. Now, I thought that his legs were a little light right here, but I think it was just a position that he was in when he got hit.
Yeah.
Just a straight jab right there, kind of up jab from David Haye. Catches him on the chin, puts him on the canvas.
Round number 2, this one scheduled for 8. The jab put down Joe Fournier. Well, now we'll see how Fournier handles this adversity. He's never really dealt with adversity over the course of his professional boxing career. He actually knocked out Ray Khan, a Spanish hip-hop artist, back in April. You know a little bit of Ray Khan, right, 50?
Well.
You know, Ray Khan fought hard, but Fournier put him out. That was on the undercard of Jake Paul Ben Askren, that extravaganza that happened on April 17th. Ray Flores 50 Cent, Sean Porter. But, Sean, I'm still blown away by the size difference. Look at me. They look like just like 2 or 3 different weight classes above.
Hey, man, listen, a fight like this only happens where it's supposed to happen, on Triller.
Triller Fight Club, baby.
So, but, when you consider the size advantage that David Haye has, I think right now he's working accordingly. He said to us, I'm going to pick it up one round at a time. We see just a little bit more work. I saw when they came out again, they touched gloves, showing respect. I dig it. But I think that it's starting to heat up, and it's becoming more of a fight than it is two friends fighting.
Well, and also, David Haye's starting to get into a rhythm, and we are in Miami. I'm going to go back a little bit, like 20, 30 years, but Gloria Estefan said rhythm is going to get you, and David Haye, his rhythm might get to one Joe Fournier.
And then if you look at Joe, on the other side of that, he's orthodox and he's southpaw. The funny thing, he walks up to me, he says, hey, I'm going to do it, one round, bet it. And I think, I don't know if it was trying to get me to lose money or what. I felt like he kind of went for it in that first round.
He did.
But the number one thing he said to me is, I'm going to make him uncomfortable. But guess what? Joe is the one who's uncomfortable right now in the fight.
50, he put you on his Instagram literally 45 minutes before he was getting ready to walk to the ring. Maybe he should have been working on some of his boxing skill in there.
It's disrespectful, right?
He was walking around. We just took a picture. So.
Okay.
It's the can't-miss fight of the year. The real deal, Evander Holyfield.
The truth is, it's not a game.
MMA powerhouse Vitor Belfort.
I'm there, protecting my legacy.
It all comes down to this.
It's gonna be a war.
Our main event later tonight, Evander Holyfield along with Vitor Belfort. That'll be coming up later tonight here on pay-per-view. Gentlemen, I don't know what's going to happen in that fight.
I don't know what's going to happen either, man. Like I said, Holyfield looks the part physically. Of course, we know the experience that he has in the ring. He's 58 years old. That's the thing that gets me. That, to me, is the silver lining there, is the fact that he is 58. If he can really operate at 58, even with somewhere in there,
the
way
the shorter rounds, man, we can see a hell of a fight tonight.
Yeah.
And it's 40-year-old David Haye at that. Come on now. You know?
And your man is showing up. He said he wasn't going to make the fight.
Yeah, he's showing up. Right. You know, but I looked at Ray and I said, yo, he's nervous. And there's nothing wrong with nerves.
Get Wise. It's money without borders for people without borders.
And I think now he's finally starting to settle down in the ring. But the first round, I think he had a game plan and it didn't really go the way he wanted. The second round, I think he was a little shook from what happened to him in the first round, but he's starting to get a little more comfortable now with Joe Fournier.
Well, Fournier just hit a couple of right hands, and
I like
you know what?
Right
he actually has really good hair, and his hair's getting messed up, so that means that he's getting tagged, right, 50?
Yeah, that means it's getting rough.
Well, I like the double right hand right there from David Haye. And David Haye said, I know more than he can. I've been through more, and I know more in the boxing ring than he could ever learn. And you see that right there, him putting his hands down and bobbing and weaving like that right in front of Joe Fournier, and he's not able to hit him.
Well, Fournier is not shying away from going at his friend in David Haye. Now he switched to southpaw. Why he did that, I mean, now it's just showing me that he's trying to find some answers, and he might be a bit confused.
I think he's a little confused. I think he's trying to get comfortable in the ring, and David's not going to allow that. He's one of the best cruiserweights of all time. This is a tall feat, literally, for Joe Fournier, and I think David Haye's going to do exactly what he said he was going to do. Round by round, he's going to pick it up a little more, and he's going to look for a knockout a little later on in this fight.
Well, Joe Fournier was so confident, he said, listen, I got a private plane. I'm going to open up a club in Tulum on Wednesday, and I'm flying down there on Monday. The question is his face going to be all messed up? Will he have to wear some sunglasses in the club? And I'm not talking about your song, 50. Round number 4 we go.
That was a decent round right there.
Yeah, that was probably the most action-packed round of the fight so far.
Yeah, I think Fournier, he held his own in that round. But I like the way that David's working. He's starting to pick up the pace as he said he would. Saw more punches from him in that round. Yeah. And I like what he came with. Double right hands, the head movement.
Better.
Good round for David.
A lot better.
I'll say this, Fournier's breathing really heavy right now, guys. He might be thinking, I got a lot of money in the bank. I'm the billionaire. What did I get myself into?
He's winking. He is fine.
Okay, you're good. He goes, he's all right. He looked over at us. He goes, oh, I'm good. Diego Spencer, his trainer.
Hey, from this point forward, we're going to get quotes from him. As long as he makes it back to the corner, we're going to get some quotes from him.
Well, and David Haye, I mean, I think he looks in fantastic physical shape as well, guys. Yeah. It reminds me of the fight when Floyd Mayweather fought Sharmba Mitchell right on the eve of the Super Bowl. 50 might have even been there, and they were talking about who was going to win the Super Bowl, and Mayweather looks over and said, I think Steelers or something along those lines. And Fournier looks over at us, he goes, I'm fine, no worries, I'm good. Yeah. Okay, Joe.
Exactly.
Glad to hear you're all right.
That's exactly what this is.
Round number 4, this one's scheduled for 8.
I like to tell people what the guy should do. Joe, you should try to use your jab and then be ready with some defense, because I believe that David Haye is at the point now where he's going to let his hands go a little more. And then if you're David Haye, I think David Haye's working as he should be. He's looking for the shots that he wants, and he's taking them when he can get them. A little misdirection right there, and with the juggling of the hands, and then right there. See
really
that? Body shot right there. It lands.
Do you think that David Haye is going to pick up the pace, 50, and go after him and try to knock out his friend to be like, listen, don't ever talk like that again?
You got to make him feel something.
You know? Sean, would you take that in sort of if a friend challenges you? Obviously, you got a challenge against Terrence Crawford in a few months, but, you know, if a friend challenges you, even in a sparring match, and you want to put it on him?
I'm not fronting. Like, that's what happens.
All the
50
time.
said it. You got to make him feel something. I'm not saying hurt him. I'm not saying knock him out, but make him feel something.
Well, look at the CompuBox numbers. David Haye, 27 punches landed. And I'm sure that Joe Fournier's felt all of them, but also Fournier's landed 10 punches upon David Haye.
I'll tell you what, though, 50 come with a gym here and there. He said, yo, he got to feel something.
You got
He got to make him feel something.
Well, the one thing about 50 is that he's 100 all the time. And that's what I love about him. You know, what's that whole, the Instagram thing, the 100 thing, whatever, you know, in the Instagram story? That's what you do. We're halfway home. David Haye, Joe Fournier, here on Triller Fight Club.
David Haye right there to lean back in the counter. You know what I'm saying? He's picking it up a little bit.
Old school, I love it. And you know what? You know, we have some, you know, 50's got two beautiful bottles of alcohol here that I'm sure he's going to pop at some point, you know.
What's the name of it?
Yeah, what is it?
It's the King's Path.
The King's Path?
Yeah, Le Chemin Noir.
I
That's
love
why I
it.
put the King on.
That's smooth.
I think we need to have a toast really soon. I'm trying, you know.
Yeah, we're going to get it going.
You know, Sean don't need it. I wouldn't mind
We'll
it.
get
But,
Sean some ginger ale.
you know, we'll get Sean some ginger ale. And right now we're on to round number 5. This one's scheduled for 8. It is Triller Fight Club here from South Florida. A jam-packed house here at the Seminole Hard Rock here in Hollywood, Florida. Great to be with all of you.
I tell you what, Ray, what
Yes.
you don't want to do with the guy who's got experience, David Haye, a guy who's got quick hands and a high intellect in the ring, David Haye, you don't want to give him the room that he needs to breathe, the room that he needs to think and work the way he's working.
Sean Wheelock, how do you have the fight thus far?
Ray, 4 rounds to none, 40-35, David Haye. 10-8 for the knockdown off of the jab in round 1, then 3 straight 10-9s. You know, coming into this fight, David Haye said there are levels to boxing. What we're really seeing is that upper level with defense. Other than the jabs to the body, and Showtime Sean, think about this, Joe Fournier is landing nothing on David Haye. David Haye is slipping, he's pulling back, he's elusive. When Fournier is targeting his head, he's landing on the arms, the forearms, the elbows, and the shoulders. Those are not scoring blows by the judges.
Agree 100%, Sean Wheelock. And the thing that I have to say is it's both guys. Fournier is not really fast enough to catch David Haye. And then guess what? David Haye's got some quick reflexes. They're still there. And he's able to see everything that Joe's bringing to him. And he's able to make Joe miss.
When I say this, though, Sean, the fact that Fournier's only 9-10-0, and he's only 9-0, and he's taking on a former cruiserweight and heavyweight champion, you don't necessarily graduate that fast. Yeah. And Fournier is, and he's in deep waters, but he's still up. So, and he only got knocked down once, so credit to him for surviving.
Definitely. And I think that you're looking at him going back to the corner right now. He knows
now
that this is a real situation.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Press play to win with Oreo. Press play to get front row. Press play and feel the music flow. Scan any Oreo pack for your chance to win hundreds of music prizes. UK and ROI 18+. Closes 30th November 2021. For full T's and C's, visit pressplaywithoreo.com.
The moment we've been waiting for in the early part of the telecast here on Triller Fight Club. Look at that. Here we go. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Look at that.
What's the difference in the bottle?
It's the same. The bottles. This is been aged for 4 years.
It's beautiful.
The rosé's been aged for 6 years.
I love it.
So it's a similar bottle shape to most champagne bottles. They change the stickers.
That is fantastic.
The chest piece is the significant part of the bottle.
Okay,
I love that.
I got you.
Go ahead and get another glass, whatever. Might as well.
Smooth dude right here.
Listen. You know, you might as well enjoy the perks and the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, why not?
You know what I mean?
Why not live?
Real quick, let's do a quick, let's do a quick toast to Triller Fight Club and the entire team. Cheers, everybody.
Hey,
Sean's got some water.
Boom.
Cheers, everybody.
I'm a pro athlete.
Fantastic.
Live
Round
like an
number
athlete.
6. This one's scheduled for 8. A bucket list thing to cheers with 50 Cent, Ray Flores, Sean Porter. On to 6 as David Haye in complete control against Joe Fournier.
Check this out. Joe Fournier put the hands up, and he's going at David Haye now.
Yeah.
Trying to work the jab. And like I said, he was going back to the corner, and I could tell by looking in his eyes that he knew he was in a real fight. And now he's gotten really serious about this fight.
Well, the fans are certainly serious as well, as they are definitely into the action and what is going on here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. And again, guys, credit to the entire Triller Fight Club team for moving the fight from Los Angeles to here in South Florida in just over a week. Oscar De La Hoya tested positive for COVID-19. We wish him all the best in a speedy recovery. Insert Evander Holyfield. Now we're here in South Florida, and this show is happening.
We've been in boxing for a long time. You can't move.
I've never seen anything like this. Never.
Never.
Not that fast.
Yeah.
From one part of the country to another? Come on now.
Listen, Ray, you work for Triller. I'm here tonight.
Yes.
I'm tipping my hat to Triller for doing what they did. I mean, the way they were able to make this work has really worked out tonight.
I get, all the fuzzies inside in terms of how everyone was able to come together.
Yeah.
But right now, Joe Fournier is trying to come together because he's down by a significant margin, and he needs a knockout, guys, in order to win this fight.
Yeah. Hey, 50, I'm going to remind you of something that I said earlier. Remember, I said that when a guy doesn't do things consistently that he should do, it's a testament and a question to his physical preparation for the fight and also his mental fortitude in the fight.
Right.
We saw Joe Fournier come out, hands up, ready to fight, and as the clock ticked, the hands came down, he stopped being aggressive, and he ends up losing another round.
Our main event later tonight, it'll feature none other than Vitor. There is Andy Vincenz, who is working with Mike Basil. He's getting himself all set and ready to go. That's some water that I want no part of. I'm enjoying the champagne from 50. Get me away from the water. And but David Haye can enjoy some water in between rounds. We got Ryan Kavanaugh, also Bobby S., my man, the chairman of Triller as well. He's hanging out with us, having a great time. And there's Vitor Belfort, the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, as he goes ahead and he will take on Evander the Real Deal Holyfield. And there is the former cruiserweight and heavyweight champion of the world, Evander Holyfield, making that walk once again as he will take on Vitor Belfort later on tonight.
That got to feel good for Holyfield. That walk right there.
Yeah. We come back for more than a check.
Of course.
And for me, I'm gonna speak for myself. Like, I love that walk. When I get out of the car and I'm pulling up to the stadium, I love that walk. Right. So I gotta imagine that he feels really good right now.
Well, it's almost like those butterflies are back, right, Sean?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Going under the lights again.
Yeah.
And 50 for you, what if it's, when you don't perform for a little while, and I mean, I'm just thinking ahead a little bit, if you were to do, I don't know, something like a versus battle and come back to the stage,
Not even with music. If you're close enough to the fighter, you feel those butterflies going to the ring also.
Why?
You're close enough to him, you feel like you're getting ready to fight.
That's fast.
Well, that's why I don't talk to Sean the day of the fight. I leave him alone. I'm like, Sean, how are you? How you doing? Are you okay? You good? All right, beautiful. Good luck. And right now, Joe Fournier, he needs some luck to be able to try to put out David Haye here in round number 7. This one's scheduled for 8. Do you think that David Haye is going to try to turn up the heat 50 and try to knock him out?
I think so. I think he got real comfortable with the way the style of the fight is going.
Sean, what do you think so far? Is Haye just kind of trying to get some good work in right now?
It looks like Haye's trying to get some good work in. I can't I can't predict what's going to happen in this 8th round. What I'd like to see is David Haye really pick it up and put some heat on this guy, make him feel it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Make him feel it.
I got a feeling that's what he's going to do. But right now, I think he's just trying to fill out Joe to see what Joe's going to have left in that last round.
Joe right now, a lot of feints. Dino Spencer, the trainer of Joe Fournier, saying, give me something. Well, easier said than done against the former cruiserweight heavyweight champion of the world.
And guess what? The worst thing you can do with a guy with almost no experience is to get into a firefight.
True.
That's when you put a guy without experience in the fight.
True.
So,
spoken from the champion himself, Sean
But I want him to feel it.
Feel it.
Well,
you know what? Hey, I tell you what, I'm feeling a little bit of that champagne. That's the best damn champagne.
New Duracell Optimum doesn't just last longer for you, my friend. It gives other gadgets like this guy extra power. Whoa there. Powerful stuff.
Champagne I've ever had in my life. Oh my goodness. Round number 8, here we go. And for Joe Fournier, he has never fought past the 5th round, so he is literally in foreign territory.
This is definitely a different experience for him being there.
This is when you're like a child and you're like 4 or 5 years old and your parents are reckless and they just throw you into the deep end and say, go ahead and swim, see if you can do it. We'll pull you out if you're that bad. Or you know, is he ready to go the full 8 rounds? Now they embrace, hey, that's a nice sign of sportsmanship. It appears as if the friendship will survive.
I want a haymaker.
You want a haymaker?
I want a haymaker.
Okay. Sean Porter's calling for the haymaker from David Haye. We'll see if it happens.
I saw the feint. It looks like he's trying to set something up. So, hey, let's go.
And also, 50, we'll see if Joe Fournier decides to go for broke or if he's thinking about opening up his new club in Tulum next week.
Look at this. Look, no. David is not taking steps back. He's setting it up. We're going to get action. We may not get the knockout, but guess what? Joe Fournier is going to feel something.
Sean Wheelock, how do you have the fight?
Across the board, 70-62, 7 rounds to none for David Haye. You know, there's an idea that you can complicate judges by saying things like effective aggression and ring generalship. This is what judges are looking at, guys. This is what I'm looking at. Clean, effective punches to legal targets. Where are they for Joe Fournier? They're not there. Other than that jab to the body, it's Haye who is landing the clean, effective punches, and also Haye's defense is absolutely stellar. This is what a very good boxer looks like against a great boxer.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Garrett Cole would be proud of that scorecard of you, Sean Wheelock. I will say that myself. As now, final moments of the 8th. Between David Haye and Joe Fournier.
I want to piggyback off of what Sean Wheelock just said. When a guy comes out of retirement and fights the way that David Haye is fighting right now, this is perfect for David Haye. You controlled the action. You did what you wanted to do. You made it to the 8th round. Now, whatever I got left, I'm just going to use it and use it and use it. This dude had the reflexes, the defense. He threw the right punches at the right time. Brilliant performance from David Haye tonight.
Well, he shook off the ring rust, that's for sure. And we will head towards the scorecards between David Haye and Joe Fournier. That's the end of the fight. They embrace and, hey, look, they went ahead and they tested each other.